Forza Motorsport is right round the corner. Although when I first saw Forza Motorsport, dyslexia kicked in and I thought it was Rennsport, and then I made a massive complaints video. This video is just me hoping that these features, and in fact, needing these features in Forza Motorsport, as I do plan to play this game for quite a long period of time. So let's get into my top 5 things and my 5 necessary things that need to be in Forza Motorsport before it launches, and preferably at launch. Let's get it. Now, these are not in any specific order at all. They're kind of just out there. They're all kind of equal to each other. I suppose a few will be above other ones, but let's get started with the first one, and that is in-car cockpit, which has actually already been confirmed. Although something I've already don't like from the in-car cockpit angle that I've seen is that it kind of looks like you're moving around in the cockpit instead of being stationary. I suppose that's just something that you would have to put up with. It's different. I think the massive thing is this is going to bring so many people over from GT7 over to Forza Motorsport because there is no in-car cockpit on GT7. Therefore, I don't know, it makes no sense the fact that GT7 might not have one. Maybe they'll incorporate one, but we're just talking about Forza Motorsport, and yes, it's in-car cockpit, which is confirmed to be in the game. So let's go. Let's go. Okay, my number 2 is triple monitor support. This is going to be a massive game changer. I don't play Gran Turismo anymore because I can't really play on triples. I only play on triples. I'm about a second to 2 seconds a lap faster with triples than I was with single screen. It gives me more awareness to see on track, and it's how I have more fun, to be able to look around with my peripheral vision. Although this does look unlikely that it will be there on launch, which is something I can put up with, it needs to be incorporated in. I suppose this is kind of more of looking at a console release, but the thing is, it's coming to PC, give us triple monitor support, and I'm pretty sure 50% of users on PC would be, or even 60, even more, would be on triple screens, as that's the sim racing side of it. Console users are, sure, sim racers, probably more on the budget side, but the PC's users, I imagine a lot of them would have triple screens, and therefore that will make it a lot more necessary. If they don't add this, I'll probably only be playing the campaign, and for the first 6 to 9 months of the game in total, and then I literally would be stopping full stop. And I imagine after a few days, I'd already not want to play it if I didn't have triple screen support. Let me know in the comments if we know anything more about triple support. I do believe that, I do believe that it will not be incorporated on launch, but I think it's necessary that it comes into the game, particularly because I can't play a sim racing game without triples anymore. It's just how I roll. Okay, another one is car customizability, you know what I mean. I want to be able to build some pretty awesome liveries and make awesome liveries like I can't really do on GT7. It's a little bit more complicated than GT7, and I suppose, yeah, that's about it. I want the cosmetics. I want to be able to probably do, although the cosmetics for the rear wings and all these sorts of things to GT7 is really, really good, but I want it to be better in Forza Motorsport. If it's not that good in Forza Motorsport, that's fine, but I just want to be able to make lots of supercars liveries, put on my Falcons and my Commodores and my Camaros and my Mustangs as well, for a supercars fan, and other cars as well, just make them look really cool. I want to be able to do carbon, but I also want to be able to do body kits that would, hopefully affect the way the car would handle. I'm assuming that is how it would work, and I don't know if this is confirmed or denied at this point, or we just don't know much about it. But yeah, car customization that would affect your car on track, which I can imagine is definitely going to be in the game, but I'm a bit skeptical of how well it's going to work. But yeah, it needs to be in there nonetheless. Okay, my 4th necessary thing to be in the game is crossplay. I believe that this just has to happen, and if it doesn't happen, the PC side of Forza is just going to die, particularly with online multiplayer as well. It needs to be top level, and we need to be able to get probably 20 to 30 cars in online races just to make it, excel over online to Gran Turismo. This is necessary. I think crossplay surely is something that's just going to happen. I honestly don't think that it's not going to. I feel that you're going to mainly be racing guys on Xbox, and therefore perhaps, you know, maybe you don't want crossplay because the PC users might have a little bit more brain to them. But I suppose we'll have to find out. Yeah, I suppose we'll just have to find out. Crossplay is, I think, necessary in a lot of games. ACC, I believe, does not have crossplay, or does have crossplay, because I can't actually... I know, okay, I was thinking of a game that, a sim racing game that has crossplay, but the F1 games have crossplay, and that seems to work absolutely fine. I suppose the only advantage, and disadvantage would be, you know, you're playing on triples versus a lot of console users. Obviously, you simply can't have triples on console, which I feel like would be the only competitive advantage you'd have. But obviously, like I said, you have to have triples, otherwise it's going to lose so much of the player base. Anyway, fourth thing we personally need, crossplay. Okie dokie, you ready for the controversy? The fifth and final, and arguably one of the more important ones, particularly in sim racing, anti-cheat and a banning system. I feel like for PC users, there's going to be quite a big cheating problem, like there is in the F1, like there is in iRacing, like there is in ACC. It is a problem, and that's something they need to have immediately. No cheating should be happening, especially in Forza. I feel like if you're going to hop onto a game on online, if you're going to hop onto an online multiplayer game, you need to know that you're not going to be encountering cheaters, and to be honest, that feels a little bit rare at the moment with the sim racing titles that I play, that's for sure. And with the banning system, we need to have basically minimal contacts. You should be able to do a race with basically not making contact with the car once, although this feels very, 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 very unlikely that this will happen immediately. I feel like they need to be super, super strict. I feel like, you know, if you make contact with 10 times a car, that should be use the Xbox Strike system, or you make 10 contacts a week with a car. Any contact with a car, touch it, basically that's a strike. And obviously if you get those 10 contacts, you get like a strike a week on your Xbox account. That's what I like. I hate unfair races, and I hate the idea of being punted off deliberately or being punted off with silly overtakes, which happens in racing, to be honest, but they can prevent it in Forza Motorsport. And the fact is, Xbox are being quite strict at the moment, so this feels not so out of nowhere. They need to have a ban system, and it needs to be quite strict, particularly because I'm not going to enjoy it if the driving standards is that low. iRacing standards and rookies, I suppose, is kind of what we expect, but I would like it to go that just a little bit above, and they can be a little bit more strict with it. Anyway, those are my 5 things, and yeah, let's get it. Okay, those are my 5 things that I have needed in the new Forza Motorsport. Forza Motorsport is super duper exciting. I originally hated on it because I had dyslexia and read it as Ren Sport. I just saw sport and just thought it was sport. So don't go looking at the other videos I've made on Forza Motorsport, because it's just me complaining that the fact that it doesn't look as good as I was expecting, because I was expecting Ren Sport. So don't talk about that anymore. But overall, I'm very excited for Forza Motorsport, but it needs to have triples. I think a lot of things that I kind of need. The main thing I need at the top is triples. I can deal with looking at a wheel in my in-car cockpit, but I can't not use my triple screens. I need to use my triple screens here. Otherwise, I literally won't be able to do as much of content for you guys on Forza Motorsport. Whatever. We need to have triples. Let me know if you agree with most things I'm saying in the comments. I know you probably won't agree with most things I've got saying in the comments, because you're probably saying, oh, Ollie, you're trying to turn it more into a sim. But that's just how I enjoy driving games, although I know it's an arcade game. Anyway, guys, I'll be playing lots of Forza Motorsport. I'll be doing basically most of the campaign on the channel once it launches. And this might be my last video that I talk about beforehand. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in a few days with another video. Let's go. Thanks for watching.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory.